You gotta love the way he works that right uppercut and that right hook, son. It doesn't get much better than that. I don't care how many fights he got. It takes a fighter a long time to learn how to double and triple up the way he does.
It's becoming a phone booth fight as both guys are starting to lose their foot movement from the constant body assaults.
Roy, it seems to me that Chavez doesn't use his height.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Because he's a fighter. He's not trying to move out the way or use his height for defense.
Well, is he using his body style correctly?
Low blow by Galvin, and referee Benji Esteves asks him to bring him up. And an after the bell right hand by Julio Cesar Chavez, and he gets a talking to from Benji Esteves for that. Earlier this evening, we saw a rising young American heavyweight, Calvin Brock from Charlotte, North Carolina. He fought against a pretty strong, sturdy Missouri fighter named Kenny Craven, and it became a process of Brock wearing Craven down with body shots. Eventually, in the fourth round, he was able to mount a multiple punch assault and got Craven to the canvas. Moments later, as Brock continued to throw with both hands, and Craven by that point had stopped throwing back. Then referee Eddie Cotton stepped in and quite properly stopped the fight, with Craven not throwing back, but Brock managed the TKO via accumulation of punishment. Denzel Washington sitting at ringside. Big boxing fan, of course. Gentlemen, Roy Jones, then Larry, your assessments of Calvin Brock.
I like Calvin Brock. I don't think he's ready for Klitschko yet, but I think he's a pretty good boxer, pretty smooth boxer, but he still has a few more fights to go before he can go in the ring with the likes of a Vitaly Klitschko.
And Larry, yours?
Well, I think he is the best new American heavyweight. I think his record is 30-0. He's got some striking power. Punched beautifully to the body in that fight. He's beaten Jameel McCline. I think he's ready to step up and find out just how good he is.
Meanwhile, here in the fourth round, Galvin continues to try to damage Chavez Jr. with body shots, and Chavez Jr., perhaps getting a little frustrated, gets credit for a knockdown.
6, 7, 8.
And you can see what Galvin thinks of the knockdown.
Into the fight, come on.
He said he pushed him, but he was hurt, believe me.
Well, I think he did both. He hit him several times, and then he pushed him. Question was Galvin going down anyway?
Galvin has never been stopped.
He about to get stopped, I guarantee you. He'll never escape this, son.
Unless Galvin can start throwing back, he's in trouble. Chavez determined to get him out of here right now in the fourth round. And watching the way Chavez got on to Galvin after that break, you remember that fighters need to protect themselves at all times. Galvin still throwing back, blood streaming from both nostrils, wobbly on his feet.
This fight needs to be stopped.
New Jersey State Athletic Commission Executive Director Larry Hazard is up on his feet over on the far side of the ring in the beige suit, seemingly looking for a stoppage. Benji Esteves hasn't applied it yet. And here comes the towel.
The referee didn't stop it. The corner did.
So Eric Jakubowski finally threw in the towel, feeling, I guess, as though his fighter was just taking too many shots, Roy.
Yeah, he was taking entirely too many shots. He is a good fighter. He has a lot of heart, but he wasn't ready for what he was facing tonight. That was far too many punches.
Still no smile on the face of Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. as he comes into the ring. The look on his face is clearly one of relief. So Chavez Sr. feels like his son got a test.
Yeah, and I still think he has to learn to fight two ways, using his height as well as being willing to stand and trade.
What's your review?
Well, I think he has to learn that too, but when you look at his bloodline, using his height is not in his bloodline. Where'd the height come from, as a matter of fact? So
I'll tell you what I liked.
He sees you with the 1-2, left uppercut up the middle. Then he followed with overhand right, another left uppercut, a body shot, and pretty much Galvin was through at that point.
Here's what I like about Chavez Jr., Roy. He's got a wide variety of punches, as he showed you in that flurry. And when Galvin wanted to fight, he wanted to fight back.
He wanted to fight more, and he threw so many punches. He throws such a big variety of punches until it's unbelievable. And for a guy that didn't have an amateur career and only has as many fights as he is years old, this is very impressive to me.
Chavez closed the show, landing 49 out of 65, 75% of his power shots, and as you saw, every kind.
And now that I go to Tao coming in, somebody knew that it was time to stop it because it was only a matter of time before this guy get himself hurt.
Body shots, uppercuts, right crosses, left hooks, overhand rights. Practically no weapon you can use in there that Chavez Jr. didn't show. Let's see what Michael Buffer has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2-2-2 of round number 4. Referee Benji Esteves calls a halt to the contest. The winner by TKO victory, now undefeated in 20 bouts, 15 knockouts to his credit. Damas y caballeros de Culiacán, Mexico, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr.
It still amazes me to see a tall, skinny kid with that name. Copy box numbers for Chavez Jr. against Galvin. Galvin put up quite a fight. Landed 115 out of 309, 37%. Found some holes in Chavez's defense, but Chavez came back harder, landing 148 out of 281, landing 53% of his total punches in the fight. Power shots, Chavez landing 20 more, throwing 39 less, and landing 60% of them. Galvin left himself open because he was constantly throwing to try to get at Chavez's body. Let's go back upstairs to Bob Costas.